That's right, y'all. Welcome to the hottest show. It's going down Thursday night right here. Or rather, you watching us Friday night in New York City. Guess what, y'all? We got a very special guest with us. Y'all know we've been interviewing people every single night on this show right here on the Donny B Tv. And man, I don't know what to start because she is huge, y'all. And I'm excited to have Michelle Brooks Thomas from the TV show called The Boys with us. Good evening, Miss Brooks. How you doing?
I am well, Donny B. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on. And I got to talk to you about this. Do you want me to call you Miss Thomas, or do you want me to call you Miss Brooks?
You can call me Michelle.
Oh, okay. I do that. I just say Michelle. Well, let me see. Michelle Brooks Thomas. How about that?
Yep, or MBT. Everybody calls me MBT,
Okay.
Michelle Brooks
Okay.
Thompson. It's okay.
Wow.
Thompson, Brooks, Michelle, whichever.
Well, I tell you what, thank you so much for coming on the show, talking to us here on Channel 49 TV and also on your local cable in New York City. I want to say first of all, I want to say congratulations on your number one song on the Billboard. What are your
Thank
thoughts on
you. That's awesome. Like, I'm so excited. It's kind of settled in a little bit, but it does seem, surreal to hear those words. Like, you have a song on the Billboard and it's number one. So,
Wow.
really
What kind of
grateful.
music? I gotta ask you this, and then we're gonna get into your background. But what kind of response are you getting about this?
Say that one more time.
I said, what kind of response are you getting from the people with your song being number one?
A lot of my fans are excited because they've been following my journey.
Right.
And, of course, there's always the radio stations, the TV stations, and,
Mhm.
you know, just sharing that song and getting excited about it. But I think for me, it's all about the journey and
Yeah.
how I've inspired people and my fans, my friends, my family. So it's just the response has been great.
Okay, now we got to before we talk about the voice. Let's talk about your background. Give your fans 101 about who is Michelle Brooks.
Yeah. So, um, Michelle Brooks Thompson. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, um, philanthropist, actress, singer,
Wow.
songwriter, piano player. I have a bachelor's degree in music and a minor in religious studies.
Okay.
And, I have a nonprofit organization that helps youth that have athletic and music talents develop them and really help drive their success in life. And, I just love the Lord and very grateful to be able to sing and share the gift of music with
Yeah.
the world.
Let's talk about this. Have you always wanted to be a major artist? And did you before you got on The Voice? What was Michelle doing? What was you doing before you got
Wow.
on?
Um, so to answer that first question, it has always been a dream of mine. And my mother, God rest her soul, knew when I was very young that that gift of music was inside of me. And, she always told me stories before she died that when she was a singer and she was recording in
Wow.
the studio, whenever she'd get to start recording, she'd have to stop because I would start moving inside when the music started.
Wow.
So I was already adapting,
Mhm.
to music. And once I was born, I can just recall the days of her singing with me, playing the piano, and me sitting beside her. And, by the age of 10, my voice was so developed. It was very unique for such a young girl. And I was traveling in
Mhm.
a trio with my mother and her sister
Wow.
and in different churches. And I was
Mhm.
holding it all by myself. And I knew that I wanted to sing. I felt like that was my purpose. in life. And at the age of 13, I became the minister of music for my grandfather's church.
Wow.
And that was, after my mom had passed away unexpectedly,
Mm,
because that was her role. And it was like God knew, that
mm,
that was going to happen. So he put it in her to help
mm.
bring out the gifts that were
Ooh.
inside of me. And, from the age of 13 to 22, I served
Mm,
as the minister of music.
okay.
And at the same time, crazy, a lot of people don't know this, but
Mm.
I started college pre-med. I was going to go to med school.
Oh
And
my God.
yep. And I got to my senior year of college.
Mm,
And during the first semester, I just woke up one morning and was like, I don't want to go to med school. Music is what I was purposed to do in life. And so I went to my academic counselor and I said, hey, we got to figure this out so I can graduate on time.
wow.
But we've got to change the course
Mm,
for my career. And sure enough, we did. And I graduated, and I haven't looked back. And
mm,
when I went to The Voice, I had been performing so much, and people were getting familiar with my voice and who I was, that I was referred to The Voice by a talent scout.
oh
So
wow.
it kind of like God just had a plan.
Take you to the
And
pretty much what you're saying. It kind of took you to the next level. It
it
took you to the
did.
next level. Wow. So let me ask you this. Now that you did the TV show called The Voice, do you ever go back like some of those celebrities? They go back and they go back, they sing, they kind of motivate the other artists. Do you ever get a chance to go back?
They have never brought me back.
Oh wow.
And for whatever reason, I don't really know that they do a lot of that. But it's still at a place in my career where people reach out to me directly who want to audition for The Voice or any other TV show and ask me about my experience and could I give them any pointers and things like that. So, although the show hasn't brought me back, people
Mhm.
have reached out independently to me to ask me for, pointers and
Mhm.
recommendations.
That's amazing. I want to ask you this. I got to ask you this. When you first did the TV show called The Voice, was you kind of nervous? I mean, because I don't know, if someone like me that went up there and start singing, I'd be kind of nervous. Was you kind of nervous, especially doing Proud Mary? Because I'm not going to lie, Miss Mattel, you tore it up when I see you. Let's talk about that.
I was nervous, but I've got to say this because the way that The Voice happened for me,
Mhm.
God showed me that it was an open door that He had specifically opened for me. And
Woo.
so by the time the blind auditions had come, God had shown me through visions and dreams my
Wow.
path on the show. And it I was nervous, but I
Mhm.
knew that, what, it didn't matter what happened once I went out there and performed, because God had opened this door for me,
Yeah.
and He predestined what was to happen next, whether I won the show or whether I did not. And so, of course, your national debut, right? Millions of viewers, you're gonna be nervous.
Millions of people, right?
Millions of people. But I just went out there and really seized the moment, because it was once in a lifetime. And I felt so blessed and privileged to be there that I
Mhm.
just gave it 110% of Michelle Brooks Thompson.
Man, that's amazing. I got chills coming to my body now. Listen to your testimony. That's a powerful testimony. What do you want to say to your fans out there that's been following your journey for a very long time? And also, when you went on the voice, I got to ask one more question about the voice. When you went on there, was it on your? Did you already have your mind made up? It was going to be gospel, or was it going to be R&B? What was going on through your head after you got through it?
Well, you know what? Even though the opportunity was presented to me,
Mhm.
it took me about 3 to 4 weeks to make up my mind to
Okay.
actually do the private audition for The Voice.
Mhm.
And it was because I was like, you know what? I'm not singing nothing but gospel. I'm not going on that show, because I had auditioned for Sunday's Best twice and they did not pick me. And I felt like that was where God was calling me.
Woo, wow.
And little did I know, God was like, that's not what I have for you. And, when He does have something for you, you don't have to fight for it. You just show up, right? Because He opened that door for you. So, my pastor at the time encouraged me, and he just said, going on the show, what songs you may or may not want to sing,
Right.
to represent who you are.
Mhm.
And so I took that, in mind. And even
Mhm.
when I did my preliminary audition, I did sing a gospel song. I sung His Eyes on the Sparrow.
Woo, wow.
And
Great.
that got me through to the
Mhm.
private audition. So,
Okay.
I was confident in who I was. And what's so great is that in my preliminary audition with the talent scout, um,
Mhm.
I never met her before.
Wow.
And I sang His Eyes on a Sparrow, and I sang I Believe in You and Me from The
Okay.
Preacher's Wife.
Wow.
And by the time I got home, she had sent me an email. And what she said was, when I heard you sing today, I could
Mhm.
tell that you were singing from the God that's within you. And I don't know if you're going to even get picked for the show, but I do know that you have a special gift inside of you. And that meant the world to me.
Woo. Man,
you
that's amazing.
know and so, keeping that in mind, and
Mhm.
just who I am, I believe that no matter what you sing, respectable songs, whether it's R&B, love song,
Yeah.
inspirational song, when the light of Christ is inside of you,
Woo.
you
Yes.
you can't nobody condemn that, because His Holy Spirit is radiant. And
Wow.
so it was seen. And I remember, after I did my blind audition, my vocal coach, because there's a private vocal coach, he's a
Mhm.
believer, and he was backstage. And when I came off, he said, "Man, I wish you could have seen yourself on TV because you were glowing." And it was the Holy Spirit. And
Wow.
I received so many messages from
Yeah.
people who saw my blind audition that
Wow.
said they could see Christ in me. Now, I was
Yeah.
singing Proud Mary, okay?
You know what?
I was
I
singing
seen it
Proud
too.
Mary.
Seen it too. Especially when I went to go back to look at the video a couple of days ago. I was just so impressed. I said, man, I said, I know she can turn up like that. I mean, you made that song Proud Mary into your own song.
I
How
did.
does that make you feel? Was that the plan?
So when they when they gave me that song, it was kind of interesting because, in my private audition, my third song was actually going to be Yolanda Adams' "Open Up My Heart," and I was
Ooh,
going to play the piano and sing the song. And they asked me, would I sing "Proud Mary," and somehow that song was on the track, the CD that I had, but I hadn't rehearsed that song. And
what?
so I was like, okay. So in the audition, I end up singing Proud Mary. And when it got to the phase of the executive callbacks, they asked me would I sing that song again, because the producers loved it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
hadn't created the version that you saw in the blind audition yet. So when I found out that I made the show and they said, this is your blind audition song, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, we're going to have to take this and we're going to have to make it a
Yeah.
Michelle Briggs Thompson go to church Proud Mary.
Wow.
So we
So,
did. Yep.
so let me ask you this. When you found out you got picked, because I always like to know the excitement whenever I'm watching those different TV shows. What was going on through your head when you found out, hey, I was picked for this, now I'm getting to go to the next level? What was going on through your head? Because I know the fans want to know that.
Um, and let me backtrack because I do want to answer that second question and say,
Okay.
I really thank my fans for following me and sticking with me on this
Yeah.
journey, supporting my music and all the things that I've done, from voting for competitions, voting for awards. They have really showed up and supported Michelle Brooks Thompson Music. So all of those tuning in, thank you. I love
Yeah.
you. And you guys are so important to me on this journey.
Wow.
Um, but one of the things that producers told us was all you need is one chair out of the four. So if you get two, three, four, wonderful, but you just need one.
Mhm.
So my family was debating. They were like, yeah, they're going to turn around as soon as you hit that high note on the slow part. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. And
Wow.
sure enough, soon as I hit that river, Adam Levine turned around. He hit that buzzer. And I was
Oh man.
like, oh my God, inside. I'm like, I'm on the show. I'm on the show. But they're like,
Wow.
you got to keep singing. So no
Right.
matter when they turned around, you had to finish your song.
Yeah.
So once he turned around and I knew I was on the show, I was
You knew
like,
you
let's
knew.
have church. So
Right. Wow.
I came off that stage and I was like, let's get it. So
Well, you did it. You did it. Wow. So how many times did you end up going on the show? How long did it did it last? Was it a week? Was it 2 weeks? How long did
woo,
it
I started in May
take?
2012 and I went all the way to like the end of August because they did a lot of filming over the summer.
Man. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's
It was
amazing.
nice. It was nice. I was away from my family, but they flew families out
What?
to support like the blind auditions, the battle rounds, all that.
Yeah.
NBC came out and filmed my backstory. So like the episode that aired, they had
Mhm.
come to Massachusetts. They filmed me with my children, my husband, and everything. So
Wow. And
yeah.
and not only that, we want to let the people know that not only do you do that, but you performed at sports events, all kinds of stuff. I've been seeing a lot of that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I people might have seen me at the NBA Finals this past summer, Game 3, which was Game 1 in Boston per se. But I mean, I've been at the World Series. I've
Wow.
been at NFL, soccer. Oh my gosh, hockey, lacrosse, baseball, basketball, football, um, symphony orchestras, and
Mhm.
all performing the national anthem.
Man, that's amazing. So, what else can we expect from you?
Well, so I
'Cause I know
never
you got
know. I
coming out,
I
coming out.
I could tell you what to expect tonight, and I could wake up tomorrow and God
It's
just
something
open
different.
another door.
Wow,
Um,
man, that's amazing. That,
but
that,
new music is coming.
okay.
Christmas music.
I tell you what, Michelle, hold that thought, because we're gonna
Yeah.
talk more about that, and also about your new Christmas album that you're working on as well. We're gonna take a quick break, y'all, and when we come back, we'll have a lot more coming up right here.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, And if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
Interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
All right, y'all, we are back right here on Donny B TV. Very special guest with us tonight. We are talking to, I'm going to call her world famous Michelle Brooks in the building with us right now. You know what? I'm just so speechless, Miss Michelle. Now, before break, we was talking about you working on a Christmas project. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be my first jazzy Christmas project.
Okay.
I'm really excited about it. A lot of people have asked, "Have you put out Christmas songs yet?" And I'm like, "No." And an amazing individual reached out and has been tirelessly like working to get me to do this project, and I'm really thankful for him, my friend. His name is, I call him Jim. So
Okay.
I'm really grateful for that, and it's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So, will they be able to pick it up at your local Walmart store across the country?
I hope so. I never know what's gonna happen. Perhaps, I don't know, but I know that it'll be available for streaming and downloading.
Okay, good, good. So, and I gotta ask you this because I did not get a chance to ask you this in the beginning. When you and I ask every major artist and every artist this, when you first heard your music being played on the radio, what was going on in your mind?
You know, it's just one of those surreal moments. Because you work so hard to get to that level, to get your music on the radio and TV, and just hearing it. Because I remember some years ago when I saw my song on Music Choice on Comcast. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, because I grew up watching others, listening to others, hearing so many other artists on the
Right.
radio, and now it's like my turn, where I'm seeing my dreams come true. So it's just an amazing feeling.
Wow, that is amazing. I want to talk to you about this. Are we looking at any movie coming up with you? Let's talk about.
I don't know. Possibly. I haven't, let me think. I
That.
haven't been approached.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I have so many people that reached out, but I don't think I've been approached yet about a movie. But people keep asking me, have I gone into acting? And I've done stage plays.
Mhm.
But a lot of people think I should get back into that.
Do you think you should get back into it though?
I do. I actually do. And I did enjoy being on stage and taking on a role. And, it's something fun. And I think all of it, just comes together for me as a singer, speaker, actress, all of that.
Man, that's amazing. For those who are just now tuning in to us right here, we have a very special guest. We got Michelle Brooks Thomas from the TV show called The Voice, who is with us. And she needs no introduction because she's her own self. She's that good. But okay, so what else you want to talk about? Let's talk about a book deal. Are we looking at a book deal? You know
Well,
that?
you're just hitting on a whole lot of things. So I did co-author a book back in 2017,
Okay.
and I have been thinking about my own book as a spinoff to what I wrote in a book called Pretty in His Presence.
Okay.
And the title of my chapter was In the Waiting Room of His Will.
Mhm.
And my entire life has been about being in the waiting room of God's
Right.
will. And
Amen.
so much has happened since that book was released that
Mhm.
it's time for me to tell the rest of the story
Ooh,
of,
yeah.
waiting in his will and waiting for God to open that door for you, waiting for the
Mhm.
promises that he's spoken over your life to manifest. And so it's
Mhm.
time for a book for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So this is what I want you to do. I just feel in my heart, I want you to just minister to the community, to the people out there from New York to Texas to around the country. And we are also in 120 different countries from Nigeria to other places. I just want you to just, I feel in my heart to just minister to those people right now. Because there may be somebody that may be addicted to drugs, maybe somebody that suicide, because we know suicide is on the rise across the world, not just across America, but across the world. I just want you to just talk to the people.
You know, I'm so glad you mentioned that because, the song Never Give Up literally is a message that I want people to receive in their
Yeah,
spirit, to never give up. Because those of you who are watching, you may be going through a wilderness experience right now. You may be going through a situation that has literally torn your heart apart
yeah,
and
yeah.
has made you feel defeated, has made you feel like there's no reason for you to keep living. But I want to encourage you that God has a plan for you, and you have to trust the process. And even when it seems difficult, when your natural eyesight tells you that it's not going to work out, your natural eyesight tells you that you might as well give up, there's no reason for you, the enemy tells you that you should give up, I want you to hold on. And I
Amen.
say that because I was 15 years old when I tried to commit suicide. And a lot
Mm,
of people don't know that. And they would look at me and say, wow, you have such an amazing story, amazing life, and all these blessings. But I share that because I was in a place where I felt like, God,
mm,
I had been raped. I had been
mm,
molested. My
mm,
mother died. I was bullied in school. My father
mm,
walked out. Just, I felt so rejected. I felt
mm,
neglected. And I felt like, God, why am I even here? What purpose do you have for me? The
mm.
first 14 years of my life, first 15 years of my life have been trial after trial, letdown, disappointment. And I was in the church. I was raised in the church. So even being raised in the church, you can have those moments
Yeah,
where you feel defeated, where
mm,
you feel like you're up against opposition. And so I was like, you know what? There's no reason for me to live. And a lot of you are feeling like that. But
yeah,
I know that if I had succeeded that day and had killed myself, I would have aborted all the things that God had in store for me. And see, the enemy uses the moments that
yeah,
are temporal, a moment of darkness, a
yeah,
moment of frustration to cause us to make a permanent
yeah,
decision.
yeah,
And when God has called you to something, the enemy knows the greatness that he has for you. And so
yeah,
his job, just like Never Give Up says, his job is to try to block you
yeah,
and tear you down and keep you from fulfilling your purpose. And that was
yeah.
the enemy's design for me. But thanks be to God, I
Woo,
held
yeah,
on. I
yeah,
held on, and now I am walking in a season of victory. I'm walking in the season that God promised. And so,
yeah,
for you all listening, God has promised every single one of you a
yeah.
season of victory, a
Woo,
season where He fulfills the promises and the destiny over your life. So, do not allow the enemy, hallelujah, to tell you to give up. Do not allow the enemy to tell you that you've been defeated. Do not allow the enemy to tell you that your life is not worth living, because God has destined you for greatness. He
yeah,
formed you before your mother knew she was
mm,
having you, before she even thought about you. God had already designed and purposed your life for greatness. So hold on. I know it's hard right now, but hold on and trust
yeah,
God, because
yeah,
He's going to bring you through the storm. He's going to bring you through the test. He's going to bring you through the wilderness, and He's
right.
going to walk you in to your purpose. Hallelujah.
Woo, man, I just felt that, woo, man. Yeah,
Hallelujah.
that's powerful. And woo, man, I tell you what, we're gonna go to another break. We got Michelle Brooks Thomas live with us right here on the all new Donny B TV from Dallas Fort Worth all the way to New York City. After this, we'll come back and we'll talk more to Michelle Brooks Thomas right here on Channel 49 TV, and we'll be right back.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
Interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Donny B TV. I am your host, and we got a very special guest with us tonight. We are talking to Michelle Brooks Thomas, live with us from the TV show called The Voice. And she is with us. Michelle, I got so many questions in my head right now. We got to talk about this whenever, because we know you stay busy doing music. But what does Michelle Brooks do whenever she's not doing music? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh. So I love, I'm a homebody. And
Okay.
so I love being at home with my husband, my kids. I am a true fan of the Golden Girls. That is one of my absolute
Woo. Oh,
shows. And I can just binge watch the Golden Girls. I don't care how
mhm.
many times I've seen the same episode.
Right.
It's just a show that's funny to me. And so, I love to work out. It helps release stress and just gives me that alone time with myself. And I just love praying and reading the Bible. And so that's like my downtime. Might sound kind of boring to some. That's just something that relaxes me, all those things.
Could you see yourself doing a reality show about you and your family?
I have secretly had that thought. Like I need a reality show.
Mhm.
And actually, like I totally forgot that back in 2017 I did filming for the official Apollo Theater
Oh, wow.
documentary with Roger Ross Williams, who
Mhm.
is a big Hollywood film producer. And it was when I was in the season of Apollo Amateur Night that ended up
Okay.
winning. They did a film for the Apollo and they featured me in it. And so I was like, I knew there was something.
Right,
Um,
right.
but that was my first exposure to like Hollywood film, which is really
Oh,
nice.
right.
Um, and so I have thought that my life is very interesting. My journey
Mhm.
is inspiring. And I've always tried to be transparent about the process,
Right.
because I think what happens is sometimes artists only share the success that we see. Like we know
Mhm.
you're a superstar, we know
Yeah.
you got a hit song, but what was it like before you got there? And
Wow.
I don't want to wait to what's the unsung or those behind the music. Like I want to tell the journey while it's happening so
Right.
that people can be inspired, because I know there are other artists like me who are in that place where they're striving to get to where I'm at, and it gets hard sometimes, and you do feel like giving up. And so I want to be transparent and let people see me when I'm disappointed. Let them
Mhm.
see me when I get a no or a rejection, and let them see how God can take that same rejection
Yeah.
and give you something better.
Amen.
So yeah, I mean, if there's anybody out there that's watching and they want to take my life, Donny B, I don't know, maybe we might have to get a reality show on your
Hey,
station.
I know that. Hey, you know what? We be the first one to put it on our station,
Oh,
and
thank you.
and I'll also help you get it on in New York. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
That would be nice. Let's talk about this too. What advice would you give to artists out there? Because even though this show is not a Christian show, we are a variety program.
Mhm.
Uh, so many artists out there that are struggling to make it. What advice would you give to any artist out there that's looking to get their music out there? Don't even know what direction they want to go to.
What I would say, which is really important, is get you a team of people who believe in you.
Yeah.
Because when you're on this journey, there are going to be moments where you feel like, is this really what I'm called to do? And, in addition to having your team, be sure that this is what your purpose is. Be sure that this is actually what you have been called to do in this life. Because for me, I believe that makes the difference. Because when you believe that with your heart,
Mhm.
it becomes fuel to you to keep you going, because you are going to have those moments that you have a little bit of doubt. But having confidence in who you were created to be, just like I said earlier, I was in school to be a doctor, and I woke up one day and I was like, that's not my purpose. And, you know, when I called home to my grandmother and I was like, well, Grandma, I got some news for you. I'm not going to be a doctor. And she was like, well, what are you going to be? And I said, I want to sing. And she's like, well, what you going to do with that? I was like, I don't know. But I knew that I was destined to sing. And so being sure about your calling, having a team that supports you, believes in you, and people you can trust. And sometimes it's hard in the industry. Let's just be honest. And I think it's hard in any industry, honestly, because there's always that competition. There's always, you know, people's hidden agendas, but find you some people who you can trust. Yeah.
But I tell you what, we got one more break to go to. These breaks are coming. This is the last break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to you. We got 8 to 9 minutes left, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more about what you talking about. We're going to be right back right here on Donny B TV. We'll be right back.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Everybody, I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV, right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV, here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Everybody, I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV, right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV, here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Going down, everybody. I am your boy, world famous DJ Donny B. Make sure you check me out Monday through Friday for Donny B TV right here on Channel 49 TV. Donny B TV here for you from community to news. We got everything you want every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 49 TV. And I approve this message.
Interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
All right, sir, we are right here on TV. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
Really? I can see myself.
We can hear you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this live TV. Yeah. Well, we can hear you live. But we want to be
Let me.
This live TV.
Can you see me now?
I still can't see you.
Yeah, I can see myself on the screen and I can see you.
But they can't see you.
Uh-oh. I didn't do anything.
We're going to get it. We got Michelle. We're trying to get it. Do you think it's something on your side?
I don't know. I was sitting here and I was watching, waiting for it to come back on, and I didn't touch anything, so I'm not sure.
I don't know what. This happens every now and then. Okay, she's we're trying to get this together on this live TV right here. Let me see. Okay, hopefully she'll come. Let me see. We're still trying to get her back on. We are live right here on Donny B TV. Let's see, still trying to get her back on. Hope everybody's doing good. Well, hopefully she'll come back on. We are we have Michelle Brooks on the show. We have some little technical problems that happens on TV sometimes, especially on independent TV right here. Again, Michelle Brooks, we want to thank her for coming on the program, talking to us live right here as we talk about a lot of stuff that's happening. And Michelle Brooks is good, y'all. Michelle Brooks is good. So as soon as she get back on, we're going to bring her. Okay, there she goes. Let's see. Let's see. And Michelle. All right, we got you back on. Can you hear us now? Michelle, can you hear me? All right, now can you hear me? Okay. We're trying to see. We're gonna get this together.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear now.
I can't hear you.
Hey, this live TV, so you never can tell what's gonna happen. Again, we have Michelle Brooks live with us right here on Donny B TV. Michelle Brooks, let's talk about this because we are running out of time. We got 3 minutes left. I want you to tell everybody where they can pick up the music, pick up your music. Yeah, I haven't heard the news. Michelle Brooks' new song is out called Never Give Up. It is #1 song on the Billboard across the country. How can they pick up a copy of your song? Hello? Okay, can you hear us now? Michelle? I don't know what's going on. Michelle, can you hear me? Okay, we're trying to get this together right here. We having some audio problem, but we are going to get to the bottom of it. Michelle, can you hear me now? Let's see. Okay, Michelle, you may have to check on your side and see what's going on. Let me see. We're gonna get this together, y'all. Okay, Michelle, can you hear me now? Michelle, can you hear me? Let's see. We are trying to get Michelle back on. We don't know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, Michelle, can you hear us?